is the weather saying? Will the sun be on our side? Or we should expect some surprises? Felicity Ahafia has all the answers. Felicity, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Cosby. I'm better today than yesterday.
Nice.
What about you?
I am better today than yesterday as well. Talk to us about Tuesday. How's it looking like?
Yeah, Tuesday in terms of weather is looking pretty cool, except that we still have the dark particles in suspension, so it's not so good for a prolonged outdoor activities. If we need to use our normal nose mask. So we expect it to be dry and safe over the northern sector, the Savannah region, some parts of the Otin regions. Those of us in Ashanti, Eastern Volta, Greater Accra Central, Western North, we expect slightly hazy conditions mixed with partly cloudy conditions with possibility of some showers over just some areas. For Greater Accra, those of us are around the Amasama, Pokwasi, into Sawam areas, we expect some 30% chance of rain. Those of us in Central region into Suedru areas and those in the Takadi, Axim, Hafasani, Takwa areas, we expect some showers. For the fisher folks, navigation over the water lake is okay for today. But then if they want to do night time into tomorrow morning, they need to watch out for thick mist and foggy conditions with reduced visibility values. We are expecting it between 1,000 and 5,000 meters. For the ocean, we expect cloudy situations with pockets of rain and thunderclouds this morning into the afternoon and likewise into the evening. So they need to navigate over the ocean with caution.
Felicity, always a pleasure having you giving us that information. Felicity, I have used. Why did you people not contest for the Council of State elections?
If you join a group that gives advice that will not be taken, why do you want
young men?
The qualification is not true.
But Charlie, why do you want us to go and join a group that will advise and the advice will not
The
be
advice
taken?
is not taken.
So why are they joining? Why are they going to vote?
No, people need it for
them.
status and the rest. So people want to tell people that I'm a member of the Council of State. Yeah, I'm a big man in the Ghana. You understand? And then they will be getting allowances every month.
I've actually been asking myself why they are all old people. Why? Why can't we
Sisters
have...
don't Olo. How old do you want them to be? How young do you want them to be? It's not an election reserved for older men. That is not what it is.
That is, you see, the Council of State appears to me as the in the typical traditional African court.
Mm-hmm.
The chief is there at the top. Mm-hmm. He has his council
of
elders, and there are members within that council who then head various aspects of the society.
Right.
You could have the commander of the armed forces within there.
Right.
You could have the one in charge of the treasury within there. Mm-hmm. You could have, so each of the elders heads a particular unit. So all the ministers, if you like. But collectively as that council, they then advise the chief on how to administer the kingdom or the chiefdom. So it is in that same sense I see the Council of State.
And that's how you see them, man.
Yes, that it is supposed to bring rein in the president, advise the president, direct the president, guide the president. But
you see,
Council of State doesn't.
You see, Sixtus has defined something nice. You see, because now let me speak as a chief. Now I'm speaking as a chief. There's no chief in this country or anywhere that I know who comes to sit down, whether in skin or in stool, who now comes to say, Crosby, come and advise me. Sisters, come and advise me. This one. You know the Council of State has presidential nominees.
Yes,
people that the president picks, former CDS.
Let me read that
former
for you.
IGP,
if you go to
former
Article
Chief Justice.
89.2, the Council of State shall consist of A, the following persons appointed by the president. Let's count. One person, so one former Chief Justice. One former Chief of Defense Staff of the Armed Forces. One former IGP. That's 3, right? So 3 people appointed by the president at the national level. And at the regional level too, they are nominees.
That's right.
Okay. then the president of the National House of Chiefs, one representative from each region of Ghana, elected in accordance with regulations made by the Electoral Commission under Article 51 of this Constitution by an electoral college comprising 2 representatives from each of the districts in the region nominated by the assemblies in that region.
Right.
So each assembly will nominate one person.
So I get this composition. I'm saying that.
Then 11 other members appointed by the president. So 11 plus 3.
That's 14.
So 14 people are appointed.
So that's why I'm saying that. In which chiefdom or kingdom or skingdom do you have the chief saying, Crosby, I have been skin, come and advise me? Once you do that.
Okay, you mean appointing his own advisor?
Yes.
Okay.
Every chief in this country comes to meet a council of elders who are already there, who actually sometimes reprimand
the heads of the families.
Sometimes they reprimand him and say, hey, Massa, this is not how we've been doing things here. You have to behave. But in this our case, President Mahama will have to look for a former Chief Justice, have to look for a former CDS, has to look for a former IGP, then 11 other people to come and advise him. If he's familiar with them, do you think that they will give him any advice that will help all of us? So the Council of State has outlived its usefulness. 2, IGP retires on his full salary with all the benefits. CDS, same. Chief Justice, same.
CJ too, yeah.
So while they go home, let's say they are taking 40, 45,000, 70,000 or whatever it is, they go home with all of that. Then they come and sit at Council of State after they have collected their ex-gratia, and they will also get allowances every month. When they finish, they will also get ex-gratia because they are members of Article 71. So one person has taken the national purse, not because they wanted to, but because we have created a constitution that enables that.
3
and
times.
Then when they finish, the advice is not taken.
So they are being paid for no work done.
Thank you. How do you explain to me
or
that
the advice comes after the decision has been announced?
Well, we don't know because they never come public. They never come public to say, oh, as for this matter, we advise the president in this manner.
And then he agreed or disagreed.
Because
implemented
everybody
or not.
who sits on the Council of State gets an allowance. Whether you are elected or handpicked to go and join, you get an allowance at the end of every month.
Right.
Whether you meet or you don't meet, you get an allowance. If I'm wrong, they should come and tell me. You remember that in the last administration, the Council of State said, oh, when the government said, oh, we're cutting off 30% of our salary, they said, oh, we also will give you 20% of our salary. Up until today, we don't know
have no idea
how much was accrued and where the money was kept and what it was used for.
20% of what?
Yes, 20% of sometimes some substantial amount.
Yeah. In fact, in the architecture we run in the country, if the advice is coming from, on the face of it, you know that the president is higher than the Council of State, which maybe should not have been the situation. But advice coming from the bottom to the top is a suggestion.
No, but in democracy, that is allowed. You cannot have the Council of State being higher in order of protocol.
And that is what I'm telling you.
In order of advice, in order of decision
because
making.
don't forget that the president has the mandate, the electoral mandate of the entire population, presumably.
Yes.
So it is presumed that all of us in this room voted for John Mahama. So he has our mandate. Or he got what, 57%, right?
There's a big gap.
Relax.
Hello, welcome.
It's a big gap. What a big gap.
It is presumed that of the 5 of us in the room this morning, 4 of us voted for Mahama.
Right.
So 4 out of. So indeed, the president has a national mandate.
That's true.
The Council of State, members of the Council of State are elected at the district level. Okay, they are representatives of the district.
Right.
So there should be some good reason why we have that kind of representation from the local level, so that in advising the president on a matter like LGBTQIUTS
of GPRT or TUC,
you will understand that the people are speaking based on the understanding of their own localities.
Right.
And some views that the constituents would have given them. So that's the creature in itself, I think, was good intentioned. But as to whether we have been able to utilize that good intention is a different matter.
The creature,
and I just went through, I don't see qualification to becoming a Council of State.
Chairman, I'm telling you, that even for our members of parliament, they said we must check for sound mind.
Yeah.
No, they didn't say. He said you must be off.
Yeah. Yes.
but
If you have to be, somebody has to.
You have to
somebody
check
has to be able to say that. Oh, 626
how do
of
we
sound mind. We don't check.
You are
That
filling
is
your
why.
form
That's
and
why
your-
you found people destroying state property on national TV, and they didn't care. It was okay.
He has said it.
Sound mind.
He wanted to say
The
it.
bottom line is that these Council of State members, they can only suggest to the president. They don't advise the president. They suggest to the
no, they
president.
advise.
They'll go and hold
They
the president's
advise.
leg and say that.
No, no,
They
no,
advise.
Mr. President,
See,
Mr. President, we
Article
suggest
91.
that this
Article
one, you need like this.
91.
Wait. You are reading plenty law. Have you
speaking
never?
English.
Have you ever?
No, they advise,
I'm
they
coming.
don't suggest.
Have you ever?
The
have you
only
ever,
difference is that don't let
626.
Crosby do this
I'm
to
saying
us.
that have you ever in your life, since you became of discretionary age, seen a council of state say that 626 has been nominated to go here, and the constitution says, oh, based on the advice of the council of state, 626 shall be appointed or otherwise.
But that's what they always say.
Have you seen any council of state reject anybody? Even though some of the people we know that this one there is. Have you seen council of state reject anybody before?
It's always like that.
It doesn't happen.
That is because the Council of State has also been reduced to NDC MPP. That is our problem.
And that is what-
it is not necessarily the
Look,
creation.
And
Of the capacity of the people.
Look,
then.
no.
Look, there's no way that President John Mahama, as President Akufo-Addo, look, President Akufo-Addo's Council of State, former CDS, JB Dankwa, right? Former CDS. The man is old, very, very old. He's the one President Akufo-Addo picked. There were other younger CDSs that had retired after JB Dankwa.
Right.
Because they are not MPP, nobody considered them.
Wisdom resides in the grey.
Now, then he went on, was it Georgina Wood, her ladyship?
Yes.
That was on the Council of State.
Yes.
Then Patrick Echampong. We saw Patrick Echampong at the Emil Short Commission.
We
We all saw it on TV. But it is the president.
He was still very active.
Yes, and I'm saying that the president said, oh, Crosby, you are my friend. You come
and advise
me. Come and advise me. 626, you need to come. We have been looking for this power for a long time. There's no way President Mahama will pick a CDS, a former CDS, who didn't serve under him or President Mills or President Rawlings.
Yeah.
There's no way we'll pick an IGP who didn't serve under any of their region. There's no way they'll pick a CJ who didn't serve under their region. It's there. So I'm saying that this creation of Council of State is a waste of our money. And Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh and the team must look at it and say, Charlie, enough
We
is
don't
enough.
want it again.
Yeah.
But do you think it is more of the capacity of people, the ability of people to say that even though I have been nominated or appointed by Mr. Mahama, HE, to advise him, I will, on principle, stick to my advice, and if the man does not take my advice, I walk away.
Are you PC appeal for it?
Can we not have a lot more PC appeal for it?
You see,
The PC appeal for it who said
you
that
see,
at a point he was calling
we-
his friend the president who didn't pick.
That is really expected. No, the point I'm making is this: that definitely you need to pick somebody who you are okay with
Right.
to advise you.
Right.
I can't come and pick somebody that I don't see eye to eye to advise me.
somebody you don't respect.
But I must pick somebody I don't respect. I cannot rely on such a person to advise me. But I must also be able to pick somebody who can look me in the face and tell me the gospel truth. And that was one of the problems we had about the Nana-Addo administration.
Right.
That people were not able to speak to the
You had
presidency.
to sing his praise.
They had to sing his praise. That is the problem. That if I come to you, Johnny, you are my friend. I'm now president. Come and be my advisor, and you come, and all you do is to sing my praises. Then you two have a problem.
But maybe that is what you
It is
want.
not
That's what
something
you're
that we
looking
should
for.
blame on the
You see,
law.
look, relax. I read Justice V. CRC Crab's book, right?
Which of them?
The one,
Unfinished
the one